Going live, yes? Yes, looks like we are live. Okay, guys, hello and welcome to another episode of Looking at the Wrong Camera of the Monday Club.
Hello, few technical faults, just trying to fix things.
So, what we've got is a major problem. Jen, what's happened?
There's a power connector failed. Don't know what the reason is, but the actual barrel connector that goes into the power supply has disintegrated, leaving bits in the power supply, meaning I can't just swap the cable. So just currently trying to find an adapter to allow me to plug into a different power output.
Or a vacuum cleaner?
No.
So yeah, Swindon, we have a problem.
Somebody typed that.
No, it's a joke, Jen. It's actually an SE Izzard joke from a potential British space program. Swindon, we have a problem. Right, so guys, essentially we've got an issue, and it's all down to a cable, it seems, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So just the cupboard monkey is going to do her thing whilst I scrabble around and try and find a connector.
So yeah, it's just one of those situations. These things happen. Unfortunately, it's like I've said to Jen before. Some of this stuff is basically cutting edge, isn't it? It's the latest technology, and as a result of being on the cutting edge, sometimes things that we would expect to go well because they're tried and tested technologies aren't actually tried and tested technologies. So we're still learning this stuff.
No, it's just a cable that's disintegrated.
Jen, I'm trying to big up the fact that
all
this stuff is...
Yes, so we have top teams of rocket scientists on the job, even as we speak.
How can you miss that opportunity? Oh my goodness. So yeah, despite the fact that I am currently fighting my own inner ear, because from my point of view, the world is spinning and I feel really sick, I have jumped in at the last minute to help out because Jenny was going to be heading tonight on her own while she was, while I was laid up ill. So if I look like I'm dizzy or sick or not really all here, it's because my inner ear is telling me that the world is moving. Iron Horse Railway says, fetch the boffins. Yes.
Oh yes, we have teams.
Get some boffins. Go and get some right now.
Yes, and they will all have pipes and caps.
Many boffins have died to bring us this information.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, we need a Rogue 2 from Star Wars to find out how the Boffins died. So, guys, it is early in the show, and I have already forgotten to do something. So, if you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was is currently parked. We don't know when they'll start, because today's today that Jenny does the Monday Club. Yay! Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase says, sure, Gandalf can fix it. Yes, I would hope so. Dominic said, says, Zoe, have you heard of the game Mighty Switch Force? I have not. Is that a Switch game? One of the Nintendo ones? I don't know. Iron Horse says, shall I fetch my pipe and cap? I do have a pipe, but it's currently shelved. I don't know why you've suddenly turned into some kind of foreigner. Because I've met you and you don't have that accent.
No, he's a proper Preston lad.
There's my astronauts.
You're supposed to be doing the Monday Club, not frisking my box of broken dreams.
Jenny's been hiding my astronauts. I was going to make a diorama about the moon landing. You've been hiding my dudes. I had a box of dudes and she hid them. Yeah. I just saw that at the corner of my eye as you were trying to work. Jenny has got boxes of stuff everywhere at the moment, trying to make a round peg fit a square hole. Which should be easy. No, a square peg fit a round hole. It's like that bit in Apollo 11. We've got to make this fit into this using only this. And it's just a pile of junk on the table. Tim's Model Railway in different videos says, I got the stupid virus now, but not too bad. Well, I've actually got over COVID. I've had it twice. I had the original variant in the Delta. And they knocked me sideways. But what's really making me feel sick today is a simple ear infection. because it's just messing with my balance, and the entire world feels like it's a roller coaster ride that I can't get off. It's horrible, horrible. Malcolm Moore says experts know more and more about less and less until they know absolutely everything about nothing. And that is so true.
Absolutely. Give that man a pipe. He seems to be the proper boffin.
Yes, that is a guy who knows about this. Nigel Cole says, is Gandalf late then? Gandalf?
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf. No, Gandalf's here.
Right, talk to the nice
Paul Murphy says, just another Manic Monday Club. Isn't that the best?
I found the connector that I need. Just one moment.
Hang on. That's the one I said might be the issue.
No, you muppet. You're being a muppet. Right, is this thing... Does this have a positive and a negative?
I'm positive that it's negative.
Huh. Right, so I now have to cut the old connector off.
Okay, you do that.
Yes.
Grab your giant device.
There's a team of top boffins down here.
I have to say, guys,
fighting for space
let
with
me see that. Let me see that.
See what?
This thing is just ridiculously over-engineered. It's amazing. And it's so good that one of our nephews popped round, had a look at it, tried it out on one thing, and loved it so much he had to have one.
Yeah, I need it.
So, I'm just gonna try and rebalance myself. Give me a second. Oh my god. Tonight is... Zoe, is you full of earwax? No, I'm full of a virus that's just making me spin. It's awful. It's really awful. Zoe, I too have suffered from vertigo, but it can also have something to do with blood pressure. Yeah, it can, and that's not nice when it does. But with me, I know it's an ear infection because my ear was aching. So we're going to go, and I've got massive ears, so let's face it, they're going to happen. So I'm just going right back to the start, and we're going to say hello to everyone who's here. So hello to Iron Horse Railways, Krista Duke, Flymer Chairman 1, David, It's My Model Railway, Ham Shackleton, Henry Cummins, Southern Train Girl, Warbler Productions Evening, Patrick Ling, how you doing? James Hardy, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath. Oh my goodness, did you change your username? Because I just remember you being Peter Jackson. Who else is there? Josh's Railway Adventures, Richard Swiderski's, Southern Train Girl. Have I said you already? I don't know. I think that's most people now. Ooh. Blue Star Productions, hello there. Egg Rider, how you doing? Within Model Railway, Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase, Ruben Ashwell, Hemmeldown Model Railway, hello there. Samuel Ives, how you doing? All These Trains Gaming, Ralph Davey, Clive Cobbold, Valleys 56XX, Jennifer Garrett. I think that's everyone. Oh, the Angels share Model Railways. The Angels have the phone box. Doctor Who reference. Jenny won't get that.
No, Jenny. Well, no, Jenny's do. Jenny does, just doesn't actually.
You don't listen. You never listen. Dundee Road, hello there. Who else? Is there anyone else? Clive Corbold? I think that is everyone.
Hold on, I got it.
Oh. Jenny may have something going here. Ian Coulson, how you doing? Alan Pollock. Oh, that doesn't sound good, Jen. Not getting a steady connection. Going off and on and off and on.
You keep talking to the nice people.
Jen's almost ready, it seems. She's almost got it. Yeah, someone mentioned reversing the polarity of the neutron flow. Have you tried that?
Yeah, neutron flow polarity currently being reversed.
She is reversing. She actually is reversing the polarity of the neutron flow. Excellent. Mighty Switch Force is a game made by Way Forward in 2011. That sounds like it's after my retro era. Although technically it's 11 years ago. That is retro now. My goodness, I'm retro. Oof. In 8 years, I'll be 50. This is not right. Paul Murphy says, I was playing golf today. I wish I had been. I'd love to get on my virtual reality and be able to play golf, but I can't because that would be a really bad idea. When I can have a tendency to fall over a bit. and don't know whether there's anything around me. So VR, can't do it. Very annoying. Don't get small railway, hello there. Wait, that's not the face I was expecting. Is this the cupboard monkey takeover? It's not supposed to be. I'm supposed to be laid up in bed and trying for getting better. Jen, it's not going to work.
No, the problem is that when the cable's broken, there's something else that's caused it to break that's actually inside the power box.
Right.
So
you're going to have to call them up and discuss it.
Yeah. So on the face of it, we're screwed.
Well, if you look, you had a really good go trying to get this to work. And if that's the issue, then that's the issue. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, right. Just keep talking to the nice people.
Yeah, Jen has basically found out that she really can't sort this out. This is a real shame. I think there's something stuck in there.
There is, and it's causing a short.
Well, that'll do it. Maybe if you can get that out. Can you not... Oh, I've got an idea, Jen. Can you not take that connector from the spare one and swap them over?
No, because it's internal.
Remember, the system requires 1.21 gigawatts? There's
Yeah.
3B Rail, hello there. Ironhorse suggests, have you tried emitting a tachyon burst from the warp core to the shield array? You wouldn't emit a tachyon burst from the warp core. You would emit a tachyon burst from...
The deflector shield!
Yeah, the deflector dish. The deflector dish is the one that emits all the bursts on the show. The warp core provides the power. Borminic says, oh, at 42 you're not antique yet. No, I don't.
No, you just lived in.
I don't get to be antique until I'm about 100. So I've got a bit of time yet. Peter Jackson says, call DCC Concept. She already has, and she's going to have to phone them back with the full information.
I was trying the suggestion that they made, but it seems that the problem goes deeper than we thought.
Yes, we have to go deeper.
Yes.
I know, says, I'm Star Trekking. I'm too hot and horrible. It's clammy up in. I don't like it. I should be in bed and it's really annoying. Nigel Cole suggests, has Jenny tried hitting it with a large hammer? It won't help, but you will feel better.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet, just give it a moment. Ben Tullett says, try putting some coal and diesel in the locomotives, then they'll run. What? I don't know why he suddenly turned into Scotty. I cannot, dear Captain. I cannot change the laws of physics. What am I talking about? Have you got it? Well, did you get the thing out that was causing short?
I'm not sure.
She's going to try again. On the bright side, just listening here while gardening, I will not miss much, says Stevie Film. Well,
I might have got it.
Give us 1/4 impulse power there. I cannot do that, Captain. We're not on the Enterprise. Star trekking across the universe. Oh, let's go.
Sorry, just got a shock, that's all.
Jen, you be careful.
Being careful as we speak.
Don't electrocute. Just because my singing's bad doesn't mean you should electrocute yourself. Especially not on live TV. My goodness. How's it going? Just try and keep us up to date. Everyone is on tenterhooks.
Tenterhooks, are they? What are tenterhooks?
Don't know. Does anyone know what a tenterhook is?
Yes, do let us know.
Please do. I keep looking at the wrong thing. It's the lower down one, not the other one. By George, she's got it. Give it all you got, Scotty. Why is Scotty saying "give it all you got, Scotty" in Scotty's voice?
Right. No, we are FUBAR.
Unfortunately, it didn't work.
No.
It's more than just a broken wire, isn't it?
There's something fundamentally failed in that.
What if the wire is a symptom, not the problem, and actually it's broken because something's gone across it?
I think that's probably the cause. There's been something that's caused, as a consequence, the connector to fail.
Yeah. I like this. Iron Horse has just said, Zoe starts singing. Jenny then goes, must destroy ears. Hi, Charlie. Yes, I know what a tenterhook is. They tend to come in long rows, says Leslie Gilpin. Sorry, get your sonic screwdriver out. Yeah. Does anyone know what a tenterhook is? Because I don't. I'd like to know. I would, but I don't know. Stevie Films says books. Yes, we do. Timberself says tenterhooks are the metal hooks that hold the cloth to the frame. To be on tenterhooks means to be stretched tight or to be tense while in anticipation or suspense. Thank you so much, Timberself. That is great. Yes, they're hooks used to fashion cloth on a drying frame or tenter. Oh, tent! Yes, I get it now. Yes, I understand. Yes, thank you. Is a tenterhook the evolved form of a tentacruel? Oh, Pokemon, yes. Gotta catch them all, just like all of the variants of COVID. Right, yes, so it's a yes. I should have realised from the same route that we get tent. Oh, so I'm slowing down again because, oh my goodness. So when you dry and bleach cloth in the sun, outdoors, right? So when you're in Skyrim, because I'm going to use gaming terms, and you see all those things around the leather workers shop that is holding out the leather for drying, that they'll be tenterhooks, won't they? Yes. Ben Tullett says, we apologise for the delay to the service to Weir Yard due to strike action. Please use the temporary bus service provided.
Yeah, but the bus drivers are on strike.
Well, we'll have to use Billy's replacement bus services.
But they're all off throwing bricks through people's windows with a flyer wrapped around them saying, "Get yourself, look, your window's broken. Get yourself a Billy's replacement window."
Raymond Legg says, has anyone ever heard of Konrad Dresler trains? They appear to be an old German DDR brand. Wow, Deutsche Demokratische Republik? That's East Germany, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, East Germany trains.
Mm.
Wow. Another wave, so it's become... No, it's just inner ear infection. It'll be fine. You'll have to be careful going down the ladder when you're done the loft, so you don't want you hurting... Oh, I hurt myself all the time. It'll be fine. It's only a few feet to drop anyway if I fall. It'll be fine.
I've got one last thing to try.
Jenny is trying one last thing.
I have top boffins on the case advising me.
This is like that part of Indiana Jones. We have top men on the project. Oh yeah? Who? Top men. That doesn't help. Saying it...
Oh no!
Saying it again in a stern voice does not tell us that. The worst part is tonight, guys, we had a brilliant show for you because Jen has a Deltic.
Yes, an Acura Scale Deltic.
And it's amazing. Thankfully, we've got all the running footage for the review already done, so we can review it. But my goodness, it's loud and powerful. Oof.
Oh yes.
So we'll see how this goes. Fingers crossed. We're giving it all we've got. There is definitely something wrong.
Yeah, I've tried.
We've tried everything now. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, says Raymond Legs. Oh my goodness, I haven't heard. Oh, the world won't stop.
Yeah, the world needs to stop because Zoe needs to get off.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
I'm officially giving up on it.
Oh.
I can't fix it with the bits and pieces. Right. So.
Oh.
Right, mind yourself.
So you've tried everything you can.
I've tried everything that I can.
You've given it all it's got.
Yeah, all of my fixes have not yielded the results that we needed. So, where did you put the Coke?
In the backup studio.
Oh, could it unback up itself?
Yeah. Would you like your wine instead?
No, wine in this heat will just crucify me.
Give me a second to try and pop.
Yeah. So, a big hello to everybody. Welcome to the Monday Club. Unfortunately, no trains running. It's all popped. So, alright, Raymond Legs says real Deltic was loud too. Oh, yes. Yes, very loud. Oh, sorry, I got heartburn.
I was shocked by how loud this was.
You shocked when you what, sorry?
I was shocked by how loud this thing was.
Yeah. Nigel Cole says well done for trying. Stuart put sorry,
I'm gonna go and get you.
I've got acid reflux. Oh.
Give me my astronauts.
Right.
Go on the moon. I'll be
Richard
halfway there.
Swiderski says, take care, Zoe. Thanks for all your help. B. Mozza says, hi to you both. I'm no longer positive for COVID. Woo!
Well
But
done.
still not fit to work. So 247 Developments is still closed for the next day or so. Sorry to hear, but glad you're getting better. It's certainly...
Yeah, health comes first. Have you turned everything off at the wall, Jan?
I have now. So, Valleys56XX says, what's in the news? Daypol have announced in O gauge the new anchor mount tanks. They look really good. They've shared decorated sample photographs. And they look amazing. And from memory, I'm dredging my memory, we're talking under £50, which is actually, when you look at the prices that some of the 00 versions are doing, they're not that much more expensive, but you get a lot of Wagon for your money. And they're due July, August. Also got a whole tranche of new announcements, or not new announcements, but announcements of what's due July and August from Daypol. So the Daypol Manor is imminent. Again, they share decorated samples. In fact, I think they're production samples of all the different liveries. They look really good. The 3F Ginty in O gauge is also going to be coming through. All new liveries, including the Northern Counties Commission, NCC. Waiting for her to pipe up down there. Not the NCC as in Enterprise, but the Northern Ireland Railways people who had a number of different locomotives that outwardly look like some of the ones on the mainland, but are obviously to a wider gauge. So nice to see that livery appear. It has appeared in 00 3 times, I think, as commissions for Murphy's models. From Backman. James Hardy says, what's the green locomotive facing the locomotive on the turntable? Right, well, we have got that. I can't remember actually whether it's an N15 or an S15. I think it's an N15. I could be wrong. Could be S15. Yeah, so it's one of the Hornby ones. I'm just looking actually. So I've had that for a while. It's actually, or is that a Lord Nelson? No, it's never Lord Nelson. Yes, the Leslie Gilpin Rowe says yes, the LMS NCC. Right. All these trains gaming says Jenny. I have a quick question. What do you use to do the Monday Club on? Is it a laptop, PC, or your phone? No, this is
a giant PC.
It's actually a very powerful PC. It's actually the same PC that I use when I do video editing. I do it in half the time that Zoe does, because it's a very powerful computer. It started out as somebody's custom gaming rig, but because CEX, when it had been traded in, had no idea how they could pigeonhole it, we got it incredibly cheaply, and we use it to stream the Monday Club, as well as let me do video editing. It's got a large number of cameras plugged to it on USB. Then we use a Stream Deck, an Elgato Stream Deck, to be able to press a button and give you a different view. Oh my word, that camera has been knocked. So let us not use that camera, for it is a silly camera. So let's try this view. Dominic Z says, Jenny, what do you think of the Pico HO's Gale Arrol gas station with car wash? Not what I'm familiar
car
with.
Wash. How's that?
Right, so we're going to test the silly camera again. And oh, actually, you've got it bang on the money there. Well done. So there's no trains running because our power supply has failed, it would seem. Unfortunately, tried a few little hacks. Basically, the power connector has gone weird, and I think it's popped something inside, or something that's popped inside has caused everything to fail. But
the weasel went pop.
Yeah, we tried a workaround and it's just not worked. David, it's my model railway, says, I missed out on an Accurascale Deltic for the second time last week. I wanted the purple 9016 Gordon Highlander, but they were all sold out within minutes of getting the email. Unfortunately, yes, they have proven incredibly popular. But well, it's kind of an exclusive in the video that's coming out on Wednesday, but I will let you know now. Keep an eye on the Accurascale website, because at some point they will be doing another run of Deltics. Now,
Are you actually allowed to say what you've just said?
Yes, I've been given permission to use it in the video. So it stands to reason that I'm going to use it in this video. But yes, there will be another production run of the Deltics. They've sold incredibly well, and I think in some respects it's caught Accurascale by surprise as well. I mean, I think secretly they knew they were going to be very, very popular. They were certainly very proud of their model. But there's going to be another production run. They're not going to be duplicate running numbers and identities. What they're going to do is, say, for example, if a locomotive's appeared in, say, rail blue with the tops number, then next time it will come out in probably something like two-tone green with its D number, something like that. So there will be an opportunity for people to get maybe the versions that weren't available this time round. They're not going to be just reissuing the same tranche of locomotives. So do keep an eye on the Accurascale website. Now, I've also been told that the next locomotive from Accurascale that will be delivered to the shops, currently the Class 37s and the Class 92s are neck and neck, jostling for position. So I don't think even Accurascale are quite sure which one will make it out first. So it's either the 37 or the 92. That means that if you haven't already ordered one or other of those, and it's something that you really do want, then you do need to order it. Take the Deltic as being a sign of how things could be, and if you don't want to miss out, then you do need to order. Of course, the Deltic was sold exclusively through Deltic Preservation Society. I believe that National Railway Museum had one as well. Rails had some, but direct through Accurascale. The 37 is definitely available more widely. You can get that from all of Accurascale's stockists. Now, what I will also say is that I think the 92 is also widely available. Other news, the Class 89, the Badger, the Flying Badger, is also confirmed as go. I know there was a lot of people questioning, wasn't it going to take place? Because there was an expression of interest a while back. But yes, the Class 89 Badger is definitely got to go for production. Raymond Legg says half of online hobby shops have half their stock on back order for the last 6 months to a year, though that's life. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of issues. You keep hearing about parts of China going into lockdown. Well, some of these parts of China are where the factories are. And of course, if they then get locked down for a month, then you've got a month of production that just doesn't happen. And that's pushing everything back. And what you've got to remember is that model railways aren't the only thing that are being made in some of these factories. So, you know, it does tend to get pushed down the queue. Paul Murphy says, Jenny, a Monday Club without trains running is still very good. Thank you very much. I'm just really sorry. For those of you just joining us now, the reason there's no trains running is because we've got a failed power supply. It literally failed something like 20 minutes, 15 minutes before we went on air. They do pick their moment.
Sad but true. There's not a lot we can do.
Now, the beverage of choice is a huge bottle of Diet Coca-Cola.
The best part is that bottle is 3 litres. It has more capacity than most of the really noisy chav cars we see going past.
It's got a bigger capacity than our Volvo 850 that's 2.5 litres. So you could pour this in, fill that up and still have some airspace. Not that you'd want to.
Yeah. I did love that joke that was going around on the internet saying, oh, you know, your car's 1 litre, but even my Coke bottle's 2 litres.
Mark Rogerson says, I cancelled my orders from China, was waiting 2.5 years, despite the manufacturer constantly saying they were about to ship. Oh, sorry to hear that.
Sometimes people do lie.
Unfortunately.
And it's not limited to China, and I can tell you that.
Oh, yes. It's like, how many times have you phoned for a taxi to be told it's, quote, just round the corner?
How big's this corner?
Yeah, and it's like when you ring up half an hour later, they go, it's just round the corner.
Yeah, unfortunately, some people, instead of saying there's been a problem, it's going to be a big delay, they'll just try and hold you off until they can sort it.
Malcolm Moore says, are you saying making model trains is not the most important thing China produces? I'm not saying that. I'm just reporting something I heard.
We didn't say it wasn't the most important. We said it was one of the things it does.
Unfortunately, some of the people in charge of scheduling the time are of the opinion that it's not the most important. I know these people apparently exist in positions of power, but what can you do?
Power!
Yeah, power.
More power!
DJ K666 says, I have some good news this week. Boards for a new exhibition layout and a possible series on the build. Watch this space.
Nice.
Boom. Alan Pollock says, the joy of model railways. Eric Christiansen says, hello from MI. That's Michigan, USA. Great to see you. I hope you're well. That's the same. Is it Michigan? Is it Michigan or Missouri that Sir Ken of Patterson is? I do forget. Where is St. Louis? Missouri.
That's MO.
Ah, right. So I'm just babbling. Right, Melchester Model Railway says, Jenny.
How is this different to any other day?
Yeah, it says, Jenny, what Deltic did you get? Well, unfortunately, when the power tripped out, the Deltic is actually on the head of those blue-grey coaches you can see over there. So I think it's actually tripped out right in the spot where you cannot see anything. And what it's showing is that we now have a failed camera, so I can't even show you from that direction. This is just great, isn't it?
I can't.
So, oh no, there it is.
There
you
it
can
is.
just see it at the top corner. It's 55011. Is it Northumberland Fusiliers? Something like that. So that's the one I've got. But right, anyway. Wangok says an Indian takeout 4 hours late. Blimmin' heck! Well, did you say
the worst I've had was an hour and a half for a pizza, and it was cold when it arrived, and my dad just went off on one.
Did he send it back?
Yeah.
All right. Did he get a refund then? Okay. Well, I suppose back in those days it was pay on the door, so you just go, "This is cold," and go, "No, take it away." Gordon Hanning says, we're yard frozen in time. Our power has failed, unfortunately. Dominic Zed says, Jenny, my favourite character from the Mighty Switch Force game is definitely Officer Patricia Wagon. Mighty Switch Force is a game made by WayForward in 2011. Oh gosh, so over 10 years old. Paul Murphy says, when they say your taxi is around the corner, Jenny, they don't tell you what corner it's around. How too true. Richard
it's just round Scotch Corner. Well, that's 200 miles away. It's just round Scotch Corner.
Yeah, Richard Swiderski says, Jenny, have you heard the new about the new Hornby magnetic couplings? Yes, I saw those announced.
Oh, inspired.
Yes, inspired. West Hill Wagon Works do a set of magnetic couplings. Richard Brighton says, have you broken everything on Weir Yard tonight? Hey, behave yourself. But thank you, Richard. Richard Brighton was giving me suggestions.
Is he one of your top men?
He's one of the top boffins. So, Richard Brighton, you need to get yourself a pipe. It's like, well, no, that's something else, isn't it? It's like, they could be anywhere.
You need to get yourself a pipe, and it needs to have one of those smoke generator units in it.
We'll have to talk to TRS Trains about that.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, yeah. Eric Christiansen says the dude. Ken Patterson is in Missouri. Yes, Emma, you're right. MI is Michigan, a little north of Missouri. No worries. American geography never gets really taught in UK schools. Obviously, we're much more European centric. We learn about the Vikings, who basically invaded to play tennis and drive their Volvos because they ran out of space over there. According to my history teacher,
that is not what the Vikings did.
Yeah, I know. So we do a lot of like Romans, Vikings, that kind of thing. We learn almost nothing about America apart from how, like,
We're aware it's there.
yeah, we know you exist.
Yes.
Mm.
That's the thing. Every country's history is spinning again. Every country's history lessons at school are based on that country's history to a large extent.
Can I just say that my knowledge of geography of the USA comes from playing the game Railroad Tycoon. That's how I know where
Oh my
all
goodness,
the
my hair came into the camera there.
Did it?
Yeah, because I'm sitting in the corner out the way.
All right, I missed it. Let's do. Oh yes, you did. Oh gosh, that's scary.
Yeah.
All right.
For a second, I thought there's something wrong with the camera.
Jerry BVR says European centric. Not anymore. Well, the history lessons still are. Skipsy Trains, big hello to you. DJ K.
European centric? Not anymore. What do you mean?
I think because we left the European Union. Just
Dude, hang on. Where are his kids' history lessons ever European centric? I learned almost nothing about European history for my entire
learn about
career.
Charlemagne or things like that.
Fountain. No. We learned ancient Greece and ancient Rome and ancient Egypt when I was in junior school.
We didn't do Egypt.
No. When I was in junior school, we did the three ancients.
Richard Brighton. Can I just before it goes off the top, I want to get this. Richard Brighton says, "Is it politically incorrect to have a cup of tea tonight?" Well, if you go to Boston, they're just chucking it away. Just
no. Here's the thing: the War of Independence, as they call it, or the horrible, ungrateful Ballycolonial riots, as we call them, wasn't because of taxation or anything like that. It's because they made a giant cup of tea and didn't invite us.
No, I think that the no taxation without representation thing was a lot to do with it. And one of the things
it's not. You know what it actually is? No taxation without representation is a great tagline for a political movement because it rhymes, so you remember it. It's the same as hands, face, space, or something like that for COVID. It's just the meme that rally people.
Oh, right, okay.
What actually happened is during the Napoleonic Wars and the French-American, French-Indian War and all of that was going on, Britain used up a lot of its finances defending American colonies from aggressors.
Right.
We then asked them to pay a bit extra in the form of tax to rebuild the funds, and they said no.
She makes it sound like you're all a bunch of ungrateful oinks.
No, that's where it comes from. That is why the thing started. Napoleon was bashing about, and a few other things were going on. There were already people who didn't want to be part of the empire, and to be honest with you, I can't blame them.
Can I just say,
you're being controlled from a very long way away.
It's the thing that you never see when you watch things like Last of the Mohicans and that. But the truth was that a lot of the colonial troops were actually very sympathetic to the idea of independence, and a lot of the British troops that were over there actually just went and joined the colonials.
Yes, there was a lot of, because you've got to remember, from the point of view of the colonies, they're being ruled by someone who's thousands of miles away, who, if there's any problem, will take 6 months at least to respond. It gets to be a problem. So there's a good reason for them to be resentful. And then say, well, we've defended you. We need a bit of money back. And then you look around.
We've lost another camera.
And then you look around at your little farm that's got next to nothing on it because you're just setting up. And you think, they want what from me?
Right, we've lost 3 cameras now.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. So it's no wonder that people went, no, we want independence.
Oh, you're taking the rip now. We've lost all the cameras.
Jen, it's that kind of night.
We've got 1 camera.
Stop changing the cameras. Just leave it as it is.
So we've got 1 camera because Windows has decided that it needs to screw us around. Anyway, right. Happy 4th of July. Somebody please put a cork in Zoe. Otherwise, we'll be on the partly political.
No, I'm just trying to say it from the point of view of you can understand why they would want independence.
Yeah, don't blame them. Yeah, Ollie's Trains Gaming says, I thought this was a railway club, not a history lesson. Right, so anyway.
It's a historical railway.
Yeah, there's, and we have a historical Zoe here, and, anyway, so if you've just joined us, the reason there's no trains running is because our power supply went pop, about 15 minutes, before.
We're going to call the power supply Weasel. Weasel went pop.
And of course, now I think we probably need to reinstall the drivers for the cameras or something because
Jerry BPR says the American software's on holiday.
Absolutely right. Oh, interesting. Bone Minnick says Zoe is quite right. We were okay with the taxes. We wanted seats in Parliament.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't show that because of a swear word.
Yeah. But we were told to go forth and reproduce on that.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. The taxation without
so
representation.
So if we'd have actually said, okay, well, we'll rejig the House of Commons and you can elect MPs to that, they'd have been like, oh, yeah, we're fine with that.
Here's the thing. If we'd said that, given that we were building an empire, how big would Parliament be?
Yeah, because the thing
would have people.
Yeah, you'd have India as well going, hey, we want some of that.
No, India wasn't in the empire at that
point.
Oh,
was that the South
We're talking
Sea
about the first empire, not the second empire, the one that controlled most of the world. The first empire was small. Britain had 2 empires. And you've got to remember, from the point of view of Parliament, so what you're basically saying is you want to represent some people that are so far away that you can never communicate with them properly.
Yeah, because
so
you couldn't just pick up the phone.
What we should have done is federalise, the way that we've done with Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland now. But that would have been disastrous from that point of view.
Anyway.
So yeah,
Ben
we said no, and you went, well, we're off then.
Can we talk about trains, please?
I can't blame either side from their points of view.
Right, right, anyway, so we're going to try, Although Ivor the Engine says, Jennifer, don't put a cork in Zoe. Need more Zoe content. Well, if you want more Zoe content, there is the Game Hammer channel.
Not just that, but when I'm able to sit upright without feeling like the world's spinning, we're going to start a second live show on a Monday night.
Yeah. Anyway, as Russell Benton says, meanwhile, back at the trains. This is, after all, a train-related show.
I know it is.
So, yeah. Right, anyway. Oh, hold on. You know when you get a burp and it's like, I'm going to wait until you start talking and then...
Oh, my God. Yeah, that kind... Let's say, excuse me, at least, you uncouth youth.
Excuse you? Right, anyway.
I always worried about that when I was on the radio.
Yeah, anyway, we're losing audience here. Henry Cummins says, I'm going to head out to the railway room now. Bye. Anyway, look, have fun. Happy modelling.
Take care. Have a good night.
Right, anyway, rest of the news. There's we're talking about DCC Concepts. Absolutely great after-sales service. And even though we're out of office hours, Richard Brighton was very, very generous with his time to try and help solve the problem. Unfortunately, the problem seems to be internal to the device, so it's just simply a case of there's not really anything more I can do here at the moment.
Yeah.
Melchester Motheroi says you should do a political chat show. I agree, she should, just not tonight.
This is what I'm planning to do. I'm not well enough to do it tonight, but on a Monday from 10 o'clock, we're thinking of just doing like the Monday show.
Yeah, interesting. DJK 666 says, my Mark 1 RFO arrived from Hatton's. Mint condition for 21 quid is awesome. Yeah, there are some good second-hand bargains out there. Do have a good look. Do have a good look around some of the model shops as well. Really, really great second-hand. I know we did do a promotion with TMC as well. They've got an awful lot going up on their second-hand site. Rails of Sheffield also got theirs. I believe tonight at midnight is the end of the 15% off thing, which I know that Rails of Sheffield is part of on eBay. So if, for example, you see a locomotive for £100, then actually it will only cost you £85 with the thing that's on from eBay. But that does end at midnight. Now, what else is in the news? I'm racking my brains. We've got some new products come through from Bachmann. So can confirm all 3 of the lanky tanks have come through. Lancashire and Yorkshire livery, and it's actually a completely different running number anyway from number 1008. But it's a different version of the Lancashire and Yorkshire livery to what the 2 versions of 1008 have appeared in. They appeared in the Lancashire and Yorkshire with no Lancashire and Yorkshire written on the bunker, and the arched Lancashire and Yorkshire. And I believe that the version that's come through now is the straight Lancashire and Yorkshire. There's also, there's also a really, really attractive LMS maroon version plus an early British Railways line version. Gary Lewis says, "Hi Jenny, is the KR Models announcement different to the rerun and special liveries for the GT3 that I saw in Hornby magazine? I didn't know that was in Hornby magazine. So I've not seen Hornby magazine. SHGP Media says that they could knock 99% off, and I still don't have the money for trains these days. Charlie McGowan's Partick Hill Station. Big hello to you. Spongate Junction says, good evening, Jenny and Zoe. I've just got my sticky paws on the Class 319 EMU by Graham Farish. It's an excellent model. It has a built-in lighting unit and built-in speaker, enabling you to add sound. And that's in N-Gauge. So inbuilt lighting and speaker enabling. So that's actually pretty good in N-Gauge. DJK666 says, we have a pop-up model shop attached to our club, Daventry MRC. I always think when people say, oh, it's a pop-up shop, I've just got this idea of somebody just stood there with a book and they open it up and suddenly it's like, and there you go. It says called Thunderbolt Models, which is well worth a look. Some good stuff on sale. Raymond Legg says, I once paid £50 for a wagon. Double wagon. Probably won't do that again. Raymond Legg says, musical train. Now, that's an interesting point. You can theoretically upload any sounds you want to a sound decoder.
This reminds me of what we were thinking of. Just having a comedy locomotive that when you turned the sound on, it was just recordings of yourself going choo choo, chuff 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 chuff.
Oh you! And like for like at exhibitions, you could have a train where instead of a whistle, when you press the whistle button, it goes, "Don't you even think about touching me, you sweaty little loik." yeah, and you'd have to have the volume up nice and loud. But yeah. Dominic says, Raymond Leggs, the LGB Emma also features some of the phrases from Jim Knopf. Knopf, I think. Crossways Point Junction Mother Railway says, hi Leslie, mate, I got my 6th Deltic today. Oh my word. They are good, and we've got a full review coming out on Wednesday on this channel of the Acura Scale Deltic. And they're completely sold out. I cannot find anywhere that still has Deltics in stock. So there is going to be another production run. No date on that, no identities of the locomotives, but Acura Scale are going to be doing another another run. So do look out for those. Keep an eye on the Acura Scale website for the announcement. Because if they're anywhere near as popular as this run, they're going to sell out quick as well. Jennifer Garrett says the Rapido Lion has lots of Tipfield Thunderbolt sound clips. Yes, when we were at the Rails Open Day, they were running that, and it has like little snippets and clips from the film. It's really good.
Oh yes,
and
yeah.
Mac Navi says I programmed a sound decoder with Albert Hammond. I'm a train. Oh my word! Is that as in the Hammond organ greats, or am I getting them mixed up? Kev McKay 85 says I managed to get my hands on the new Bachmann Gronk in BR Black. Absolutely, everybody loves a Gronk, and the Bachmann Gronks have been coming through. Also, the Graham Farish ones have come through as well. Raymond Leggs says, Dominic Z says Raymond Leggs Mechlin also re-released their Emma for Jim Knopf und die Wilde Dreizehn. Dreizehn? Yeah, Dreizehn. So it's just so long since I've done German, I've got to think about it a little bit. Ben Tullett, I wonder if the DCC sound fitted Acura Scale GWR Manor will have the option for whistle tune playing, as GWR whistles can play tunes. I must ask them, actually. I really must ask them. David Shaw says, I hope they do a Green Howard's version. I know that the next locomotives coming through, the Class 37 and the Class 92, are jockeying for position as to which will be the next to come through. They probably both come through together, just about. Crossways Point Junction Model Railway says, one Acura Scale Deltic sold on eBay last night for £420. Oh my word. And it just shows you should just blooming well order them instead of waiting, because they're always going to sell out. Big hello to Wardle Road. Apparently Wardle Road is in the building. Raymond Legg says that Emma is ON30 technically. Ooh. B. Mozer says the Acura Scale Chaldrons are on the seas due mid-August. Oh yes, of course. I think it's 9 different packs of the Chaldrons. And I'll tell you now, if you haven't ordered the Chaldrons, then expect them to be sold out pretty much at the time that they arrive. So if you're wanting a Chaldron, you have to order them, or you will be disappointed. It's as simple as that. It seems that Acura Scale stuff is a sellout.
It's really good.
I know that the Class 37s, there's only, I think it's 37 full row 2 in large logo blue, is the only one that Acura Scale have left to order direct. Billy's Replacement Speakers says, hi Jenny, just popped in to promote my granddad's wagon. Of course, the Monday Club wagon is still available. You can order with confidence through Rails of Sheffield. Right.
Yes, and the link is in the top left of the screen and also in the description box.
Absolutely. Now, it has just reminded me that we've got a message from James Pets, and I do approve of, if you need to go downstairs, so you go downstairs.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to do the...
Okay, so unfortunately we're not going to get videos tonight, so really sorry about this. The Cupboard Monkey, who is the technical guru, is quite ill. Also, our power supply is ill as well. But anyway, I've got a message here from James Pets, and we do approve of James Pets. And he says, hello, sorry to trouble you. It says, a friend of mine at the Model Railway Club, that's the MRC, is running a fundraiser for Ukraine by selling mugs with a picture of a Ukrainian locomotive on it. And I'm going to put the link in the description, or maybe that's something I could ask.
Send it to me.
So I'm just going to forward this to Zoe. So Zoe will be able to put that link into the thing. So if you could mention this and give the link during the Monday Club, that would be much appreciated. Not a problem. Will do for you, James Pets. So we're going to try and get that link into the chat. But that's a friend of James at the MRC, the Model Railway Club, running a fundraiser for Ukraine by selling mugs with a picture of a Ukrainian locomotive on it. So we're going to just get that into the chat in a moment. Nigel Cole, thank you so much, says, I have ordered my Monday Club wagon. Oh, excellent. And you won't be disappointed. It is looking to be a superb model. We did see the pre-production PAL bricks running here on Weir Yard. We featured them in a forthcoming review. Certainly it promises to be a real stunner of a wagon. So really looking forward to those. Charlie McGowan's Partick Hill Station says, Jenny, what type of cameras are you using? Here you are. Your need is probably greater than mine. Does that help?
No. I'm not awfully hot. The rum is spinning.
Ah. Okay, in that case, I will have the cooling effect of the fan back.
Okay, you can buy a mug for £10, £15 or £30. Same mug, but the money goes to the Ukrainian fund. So you can spend a bit extra if you want. You can buy more mugs if you want to contact them. So yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that is actually an excellent looking mug.
Excellent. So that is the link that we put up in the chat there, which is for a Ukrainian fundraiser. So there we go. There is the mug, just showing in the bottom left of your screens.
Rather cool.
Absolutely.
I think we'll have to get one.
Lechton High Level says 10 Acura Scale Deltics on eBay right now. I'm always a bit annoyed when clearly, why would you buy a Deltic then immediately put it on eBay? It does smack a little bit of profiteering.
It is profiteering. There's a lot of scalping going on in the world.
Unfortunately, yeah. Although you could argue that when they're changing hands for like double or even triple the price you've just paid for it, you could take the view of actually probably do with the money far more than a locomotive. But it does feel a bit gougy, I have to say. Alex Dent, what gauge the Monday Club wagon? It is 00. It will run on HO track. You
know what? I can't move safely, so I'm just going to stay here and we will do the videos.
Okay, no worries. James Hardy asks, I wonder what's happened to all the Lima steam locomotive tools. I suspect that they ended up with Hornby when Hornby bought Lima, and certainly the UK outline ones, I suspect, were dumped by the previous management.
Yes, because our previous management sold a load of old.
They got rid of so much stuff, even going back to Triang days.
Yeah.
So sadly, I think that you'll find that the Lima tooling is gone. It may also be one of the reasons why the Hornby All Singing All Dancing J50 came out. They probably took one look at the Lima tooling and thought, we just can't re-release that, but let's have a decent version. And it is actually a lovely model. I do love the J50. Raymond Legg says Hornby also screwed with Rivarossi as well. Because they bought Rivarossi, it's one of their overseas brands, but I wouldn't say they screwed with it, but certainly the Rivarossi archive ended up, the previous management, I believe, were getting rid of it, and their version of getting rid of it appeared to be hire a skip, fill it up, have it taken for landfill. But thankfully, Rails of Sheffield, John Barber, saved the Rivarossi archive. It's recently gone up for auction. Right. 57305 Northern Princess, hello to you. Says there's lots of scalping in the Doctor Who B&M action figures range. Did you know B&M action figure range? What are they? Have we seen them? Are you aware of them? So I think we're late to the party. DJK666 says, I could certainly do with the money, however, I would want to enjoy the locomotive first. I have the Model Zone Class 45, number 45048, the Royal Marines, with sealed beams. Yeah, and it's like, I never buy stuff to speculate. I'll be honest with you, life's too short for that. Nobody ever really got rich from trading model trains in such a way like that, because for every one that you get that becomes worth a fortune, you'll have 10 or 20 which are worth less than sticker price. So it is quite a gamble, but things like I've got the Southeastern Chatham Railway C-Class, the original version. I paid £69 for it, brand new, and quite frankly, I'd never part with it, even when the prices reached the giddy heights of £550 on the bay. I have to say I was not tempted in the slightest to get rid of it. Gary Lewis says 2 purple Deltics on eBay, one at $355 and the other at $225. Do the people who are bidding on the £355 one not know there's one at $225? Fat Wallet Boy 2, 5 new Hellion Class 86s announced, including one Jenny will like, 86417, the Kingsman in mainline executively. Oh, Intercity mainline. Absolutely, yes. Sorry, Hellion did announce those. That was part of the news, which I heroically forgotten to tell you, but yes. All new a tranche of 86s announced from Hellion. So really looking forward to those. Flymo Chairman 1, thank you. Says the Monday Club Model Row with Jenny Kirk Facebook group. Thank you for sharing that. Also, don't forget to tickle that like button and share the stream to social media. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already done so, do please subscribe to the channel. Stevie Moore says, hi, first time tuning in. Welcome. Great to see you. And I hope you're enjoying the chat and the Monday Club. Says, love your videos. Again, thank you very much. And thanks for your hard work. Thank you. As we couldn't do this without you guys. Within Model Rail says, one is used and the other new. Well, they've only just been released. And basically, so what does that mean? Ah, right. David, it's my Model Rail, says the £335 one is sound fitted. Right, I'm with you. Russell Benton, the Hellion 86 is a lovely smooth runner. Absolutely, it definitely is. Bo Minnick says, every time I've sold a train, I've always regretted it later, then rebought it at a higher price. I've never yet rebought one, but I know exactly what you mean. The only locomotives I've ever sold, I sold a couple of the Hornby J94s, and you look now at what you sold them for. I sold a pair, mint in box, for £70, including postage. So that's less than £35 a loco, and I have regretted that ever since, and I vowed ever since then never to sell anything. J94, big hello to you, says, have you seen the Acura Scale Class 89? Absolutely, yes, we mentioned that earlier on. The 89 Badger is go in conjunction with Rails of Sheffield. I know there's been a lot of speculation about whether it was going to be, was it, wasn't it? Well, it is going ahead. And again, it's going to be popular. There's some really nice liveries there. Obviously, Intercity mainline livery. Also the GNER liveries. So definitely one to watch. One to get ordered, because if it's anything like the 55 Deltic, they're going to sell out really quick. Big hello, Francis Wadsworth says, see you later, Flammer Chairman 1. Jenny and Zoe back next Monday. Have a good night. You take care too. I know it is a school night for a lot of people. When I say school night, it's just slang for you've got to work tomorrow. But certainly, look, do take care, and don't forget that the full Monday Club is available to watch on Catch Up. Now, if you're wondering why there's no trains running, it's because our power supply has popped. So we did try and fix it, and it's not playing ball. So unfortunately, we can't run any trains. Alex Dent says, I'm still waiting for the Class 66 in O gauge to be in order. Who announced? Somebody did announce that, I'm sure. Fat Wallet Boy 2 says, did anyone else get till last weekend's East Lancs Diesel Gala? Another superb day out. Went on the Cravens DMU, and bar the ultra slow gear changes, it went like a rocket. Yeah, I suppose that they do treat it with a little bit of kid gloves, and you can't really blame them. It is getting on a bit. Also, the Class 28 Metro Vic was on display at Bury Bolton Street. I believe it was in the Bay platform. It's a unique survivor, and definitely really good to see it there. I didn't actually go. I was really busy over the weekend. I was actually working on, involved in the logistics side of a major Hollywood film that's in production around the local area. So I was doing that on Sunday. Right. Krista Duke says, at home with COVID, not feeling so great. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I know there's a lot of COVID still going round. So look, just take care. Plenty of fluids, and just take it easy, yeah? Melchester Model Railway says, Jenny, have you tried switching your power supply on and off again? Yes, I have. Many, many times. Didn't fix it. David Scott says, still coming to you from Stockholm, Sweden. Oh, brilliant. What's the weather like out there? Right, Timber Surf, big hello to you. Great to see you in. Some great releases from Tim Scale 3D. I must admit, really great stuff. And I've seen you announcing various bits and pieces. I've shared a few of them, and do feel free to share any new release news to the Facebook group, the Monday Club Facebook group. But really great to see you in. Ginty Steam, hello to you. Gary Lewis says, Daypol are doing the 66 in O gauge. Yeah, I knew that. So I couldn't remember whether it was Hellion or Dapol, but yeah. Definitely really looking forward to that. Russell Benton says Hattons and Hellion could do with re-releasing the 28. It will come. Currently, the Class 14 is imminent. That and the new versions, the new running numbers of the Class 07 shunter are on the high seas. I believe that we have been told that they should be arriving by the end of it should be by about the end of this month, I believe. So a particular note is 07011, 07012 and 07013. Three consecutive tops numbered versions for the tops contingent. Really looking forward to those. There will also be the pre-tops blue. There's at least one example there, though I believe they're still available from the previous batch. They were a little bit of a shelf queen. I did see that Rails were still offering up a couple of the previous versions, including 07006 in the Powell Dufferin Cold Concentration livery. So they're definitely still out there. I think we're getting 07001 in the Peakstone yellow livery and a number of the green ones as well with D numbers. 57305 Northern Princess says, I'd love to have a Class 28 in RTC livery in 00 gauge. Whoa, boom! I suggested it as well to Hattons back in the day. They never did it. I've also nudged Ben Jones at Hellion. But I'm not sure. They have done what if liveries, it must be said. Hattons obviously did the Class 14 in Load Hall, but they're doing the Class 17 in Rail Freight Triple Grey. So who knows? Watch this space. Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says the Kobo will be a few years away yet from being finished, though it should be ready before the 15. I'm surprised at that because I thought the 15, the engine's up and running. Bo Minnick says, what is TOPS? TOPS is the Total Operation Processing System. It's essentially a computer program that keeps track of locomotives, wagons, coaches, basically what trains they're being marshalled into, destinations, where they end up, so that you can look on the computer and actually see at a glance where every single asset actually is on the network. And it helps for, obviously, for routing wagons, but also making sure that the right pieces of kit are in the right place for doing the job. Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says Rapido are doing it in N in departmental red grey. I know they are. I'm looking forward to that. And certainly on Friday, it will be exclusively the first ever N-Gauge review on this channel. That's right, we are reviewing N-Gauge. N-Gauge! So, look out for that. And that as well, I must say, has been made possible through the very generous donations of Patreons. And if you two want to join the Patreon crew, then don't forget that you can find a link down there somewhere. If you wish to, there's several different grades of rewards. Right, John JMC, evening to you. Alfonso Lapulsa says, Hellion do like obscure diesels, fingers crossed for a 141 in green. Or I'll have to learn how to 3D print. The one I'm actually looking for is the Class 02 diesel. That's they're doing that both 00 and O. Cameron Patterson says, good night to you all from Glasgow. Good night to you, take care, and don't forget that you can catch up on all the bits that you may have missed. After the stream, it becomes a regular video and you can just watch and re-watch to your heart's content. Liam at New Mills Mother Row says, these Acuroscale Deltics are amazing. Absolutely. And if the cameras weren't breaking down, you may be wondering, why are the trains not running? Power supply's gone pop. Why are you not changing the view? Cameras are stopping working. I think we need to update the drivers. It's really, really annoying. But unfortunately, nothing we can do about that. But
I do have a comment here that you'll love. I was waiting on the pizza delivery guy to call me to say my pizza was here, and when my phone rang, I accidentally answered with, "Pizza?" instead of hello, and he replied, "Yes, this is pizza."
Yes.
I like that. It's like that old meme. "Hello, this is dog."
Right. DJK666 says, I hear Rapido doing a Leyland National. Hope it comes in green, as that's for a southerner like me. Leyland National, they were a very, very widespread buzz. You do wonder, how did Leyland manage to disappear? I know what happened. They got bought by DAF. They became Leyland DAF and then just became DAF. But I'm not really aware of DAF doing buses. I could be wrong. I don't recall ever seeing a DAF bus. So the Leyland bus division, everybody had Leyland Atlanteans and Leyland Nationals. How could a company that successful still? Oh yeah, it was a nationalised industry. That's how. But yeah, Leyland National and Leyland Atlantean, two of my favourite buses. Certainly, really, really widespread in the UK, even through to early 1990s. They were still persisting. John JMC says, I had to do a Windows 10 update and that messed up my cameras. Logitech drivers reinstalled and that sort of thing. Yeah, tell me about it. We do need to reinstall the drivers, I think. Valleys56XX says belt drive buses, and Peter Jackson Cheadleheath says DAF did do buses, but were they rubbish? Whamgok says bye. Bye-bye, Whamgok. You take care, and hopefully catch you next time. John JMC says it gave me better control of cameras too. I'm going to try something, because I'm bored of that view.
I wouldn't.
Right. No. I'm going to try it. So I'm going to try that, and it's going to go, oh, there's nothing there. So I'm going to go back to that one. And I'm then going to plug this back in, and that's the down and dirty way of trying to force it to find the camera again. Yes! Fear my abilities! I am invincible! Right, anyway, so we've got a different view now. Jennifer Garrett says Leyland Buses was in Workington. Yeah, it's sadly missed, and I don't understand how... Yeah, Peter Jackson Cheadleheath said better known for coaches, though. Although Leyland did a lot. The Leyland Leopard, Leyland Tiger. There's a lot of coaches as well. Certainly in the UK, the bus and coach market, it was Leyland, and before the demise of AEC, and AEC was a tragedy. It was basically the management of the British Leyland Group went, oh, we're just going to close down AEC with full order books, and we'll just assume that everybody will just transfer their orders over to Leyland. And actually what happened was that long-standing customers of AEC instead discovered things like Volvo and Mercedes. So it was, again, poor management. Right. James Pett says, stuff working. No, James, we the power supply's gone pop. It went pop about 15 minutes before we went on air, unfortunately. We did read out and post your link. I will read it out again for the benefit of people who may not have been in earlier on. So, James Petts has given me, says a friend of mine at the Model Railway Club, that's the MRC in London, is running a fundraiser for Ukraine by selling mugs with a picture of a Ukrainian locomotive on it. And we got the web address. We're going to try and find that and then just post that. There we go. We're just going to post that back in the chat as well. And it says, if you could mention this and give the link during the Monday Club, that would be much appreciated. Absolutely. And we did have a look at the picture of the mugs. They do look really, really nice. They do. So we're just about to put the link in, and this is a friend of James Petts at the MRC in London, running a fundraiser for Ukraine, selling the mugs with a picture of Ukrainian locomotives. So we've just put that link in. We're always happy to support good causes. Right, it says James Pets. Ah, yes, you the link. I was just about to email Zoe. You saved me the job. No worries, and you're absolutely welcome. James Hardy asks, "Have you got an N-gauge layout?" No, actually, I ran them on my 009 layout. So in the review on Friday, you will see the N-gauge models, but they're actually running on the on Myneth Tatus.
You could have an N-gauge layout.
Yeah, I could do, but it just
because I've got the little diorama style down there that I picked up at Stafford Barn.
Maybe, but I don't like the little out and back shunties.
I know.
Robert Cicera, really great to see you in the chat. Hope you're well. Says Jen, does your power supply have a thermal breaker? No, it's beyond that. It's
there's a fault.
There's a hard fault inside.
So, at Stafford Barn, I picked up basically a stick to turn around to the other side, and it's got a full. Thing.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little pre-built laser cut diorama thing. Really nice. Really hard wearing.
It's laser cut MDF.
Yeah.
And
so
I have to say,
interesting.
They do competitions as well, scale model scenery, where you can basically, because it's a standard form factor baseboard, I know for a lot of people, the baseboards, it's like, oh, I just want to build the fun stuff, don't want to mess about with baseboards. This saves you a lot of the aggro. So we've got
here's half of it.
Yeah,
and I haven't even stuck this together yet.
Yeah,
it's not.
This is not glued yet, but certainly.
But that is solid already. All I've done is
just
push
fit. Obviously, needs to be glued. Not all the bits there, but certainly this is really actually
that's just half of it as well.
And it's quite strong as well.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of space underneath for any electrics, point motors, that kind of thing. So, yeah, definitely.
When I saw it, I was impressed. I was thinking of building a little layout for micro machines. Because I thought that would be quite fun.
Yeah.
But I never actually got round to it.
Right. B2000 RO Toys channel. Big hello to you. Your comments. There it is. There. Good evening, Jenny and Zoe. I've just heard and seen Season 5 Thomas and Friends behind the scenes footage has been leaked. It's so train-tastic. Oh, yeah.
Someone is leaking behind-the-scenes footage of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Now, one thing I know from working in the TV and film industry is that it is more than your job is worth to leak behind-the-scenes stuff from before things have been released. And yes, there may exist in my personal collection behind-the-scenes photographs of film sets, props,
because you want a memento of what you've been working on. Everyone does.
But
you don't show
they
it.
don't get leaked. And the reason for this is because they've got a pretty good idea who's working on all of these things. So they know who is likely to have done it. And they can generally work out who's leaked it. And I'll tell you now, it's not just being fired from that production and being essentially never going to work for that company again. But word does get around.
Of course it did. Because let's face it, if you're a production company, you want to be able to trust the people that are working with you. And if someone leaks footage and spoils things, they can't be trusted. And it's not just can't be trusted by that company. It's that company over there and that one up there and that one down the road.
But Ruben Ashwell says there's been loads of leaking in the Thomas fandom. Oh, could you probably get a cork for that? Mark Rogerson says the behind-the-scenes leaks have been fascinating. And honestly, I bet they are. I mean, some of the films and TV series I've worked on, it is fascinating to see how they make things.
Yeah,
and
it is.
you know,
but even so.
So for example, I've seen the TARDIS set, but I'm obviously not going to say anything or show anything of that because it is super secret.
You did a bit of work for the 60th anniversary Doctor Who. That's what they were filming at the time. Here's the thing.
I worked on the previous series as well.
Here's the thing about Jen. I have not heard a word of what's going on in this thing. She won't even tell me. That's how trustworthy Jen is on leaks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw the TARDIS set for the previous series. I I don't do anything important. I'm in the logistics side of it. I
You-
move stuff from studio to store and back again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen the set and it is amazing. But I understand that if people were to leak that, it kind of ruins the magic of the of the thing. Yeah, Valley's 56XX says, I used to work at Pinewood and I saw many things. Was that Pinewood in London or Pinewood, Wales, which is now, I forget what they've renamed it. It's still there. They've renamed it. I was there an awful lot when they were filming the newest Tom Hardy film. What's it called? Something Studios. Something in Welsh. They like Welsh names for stuff now. But yeah,
Studios.
If somebody said, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's the one. But yeah, no, you see lots of really interesting things, and a lot of it actually ruins the magic of a film. You know, when you watch a film and it's like, wow, that's amazing, and you saw how stuff was made and what sets look like from behind, you'd be like, oh, that's a bit rubbish, really. Especially things like horror films. Horror films, really, I'm a big advocate of not leaking how they make horror films.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Because I think it would really destroy the magic. We are going to be showing videos. Right, Jennifer Garrett says, Jenny, have you been to the credits at the end of films? Never thought of looking.
Yes, you're in the credits of all of ours.
I am in the credits of some things, but a lot of the stuff I work on, because I work for the company that subcontracts to do some of the lighting logistics. I am not specifically in the credits. I think the company is mentioned, but not the people at that company.
You are. You have an IMDb page, though.
Yeah, there is an IMDb page for me. Right. Bo Minnick says, Zoe, have you considered bribing Jenny with Diet Coke and trains? She considered it, but then thought, no, but I need to use that money for games. Right.
Jenny cannot be bribed.
Clive Cobalt is having to head off, so do stay safe. Alfonso Lepulsa says, quite often stuff gets leaked accidentally on purpose, if you get my drift.
Oh,
that can happen.
Like the pilot episode of the CW's Supergirl show.
Huh?
Because the trailer made it look like it was some mushy romance thing, because whoever edited that trailer should have been fired.
Yeah.
And as a result, suddenly, after a day of backlash, the pilot episode got leaked, and lots of people watched it and went, actually, this show's good.
And James Pett says, interesting, why would horror film behind the scenes especially ruin them? I think it removes that sense of dread, the sense of, the jump scares and stuff.
And not just that, if the behind the scenes stuff shows the monster, that's it.
Really.
A lot of horror is about the build up to the reveal.
Yeah, so for example, I remember at Universal Studios, the theme park, they had the Jaws, the one that was towed underwater to get the sort of passing, never quite saw it fully effect. And when you see that, it makes you look at the film and it's like, oh, and you know what it is, and it's not got that shock value. It's not got that bit that makes your heart rate go up anymore. And there's a lot of bits and pieces like that.
Jaws did so much to hurt sharks.
But then
the average shark is just thick.
Yeah,
they're not that likely to attack you.
Yeah, they attack you because they mistook you for something else.
Yeah, they're just stupid bellies with gills and fins.
Yeah. So right. Anyway, Ginty Steam though says everyone knows films aren't reals though. So where is the magic? I know, but you can lose yourself, the immersion of it all.
It's a suspension of disbelief.
David, it's my mother railway says behind the scenes like Doctor Who's bubble wrapped monsters popping as they move.
Hey, the bubble wrap monster was a great idea.
Oh, that was in Ark in Space, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
the bubble wrap monster.
Though, funnily enough, actually, if you do watch Ark in Space, which is a Tom Baker first series serial, the final episode is amazing, but it's like, oh my god, this is Alien.
Yes.
And it's quite a few years before Alien, and it's like, did Alien have permission to?
You've got to remember, Alien is just a haunted house film in space.
Yeah. Oh, Naive Gauge says, today my latest eBay impulse was delivered, a Class 50 in LMS Crimson Lake livery. Oh, that's interesting. Stevie Film says, my website has images and drawings of sets being a set designer, but only after they have been released, and no Disney or Marvel productions. Too scared of the mouse.
Oh, you don't go up against the House of Mouse.
Yeah, the mouse knows. But yeah, I mean, I've got
knows.
Yeah, I mean, I've got loads of photographs of various films, TV series that I've worked into the studios, worked in the logistics side of things. I mean, yeah, I take occasional ones because it's like, I might want to remember this. That's impressive, but I never ever share them publicly. And it's like you say, it's certainly never before a thing is actually goes out. Maybe a while afterwards. Then behind the scenes pictures generally much more okay to release. I know when we filmed Biggest Little Railway, we sat on thousands of photographs between all of us of the whole thing behind the scenes. And all of us studiously sat on those until after it was shown. And so episode by episode, we were allowed to publicly share pictures. But you had to wait until that episode was shown. And when we did Hornby and Model World Series 1, we had to wait until after transmission of that episode to show our own episode.
Well, of course, yeah. And to be honest with you, that's only fair. You can't go out and spoil someone else's production so that you can have a video that people watch.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, Ham Shackleton, absolutely right. In the Jaws film, they had two boats, the one that sank and the other one that wasn't supposed to, but did. Oops. Yeah, which actually was rediscovered recently. Apparently it was just dumped at Martha's Vineyard and was still there. And somebody found it, realised what it was. So one of the Jaws boats is being restored, and I think it's the one that they were supposed to be able to sink it and then raise it immediately. It was supposed to have like a refloating mechanism. But a thing like the Blues Brothers, the Bluesmobile, and this is sacrilege. Can I just say, the Bluesmobile, they had something like 8 or 9 Bluesmobiles for doing all the different shots. And at the end of filming the Blues Brothers, they were all crushed. And because I watched an interview with a guy who was involved with disposing of stuff from the studios, and he said he really wanted one of the Bluesmobiles. And so he had it in his head. It's like, right, I'm going to put that one to one side. I want to keep it. But in between tendering to take it away and get rid of them, and then picking it up, to clear space in the back lot, the studio had stacked cars on top of others, and the roof was all caved in, and he was gutted because it was one of the actual screen-used Bluesmobiles, and they just destroyed it. I mean, like the Knight Rider cars, the Pontiac Trans Am Firebirds for Knight Rider, they had something like 30 of them. And the contract with General Motors was that at the end of filming, they had to be destroyed. No ifs, no buts. They not only had to be destroyed, but had to be seen to be destroyed and proof made. And there's only something like 5 of the cars survived because they were the 5 cars that were outright owned by the studios. All the others, like 25 cars, nothing wrong with them in the main, fully working cars, were destroyed and got rid of. They weren't allowed to keep them.
Weird.
But yeah, loads of cars destroyed in the Blues Brothers. But then you always have what they call beauty cars. You have the cars that you'll have like the interior shots of, where they have a really nice interior. And then you have stunt cars, you know, the ones that you see jumping.
There's several ranges of cars, but the one I always love is the hero car. It's the one that's the outside is exactly like you would see on the show. It's the one that they use only for the external shots. It's the hero car.
But usually they're the beauty cars. They've also got a full interior.
Maybe, but not always.
Yeah, Ben Tuller, the Dukes of Hazzard film, wrote off loads of Dodge Chargers to the point they're now a rare car. Yeah, something like half of all Dodge Chargers ever made were destroyed filming Dukes of Hazzard. So I think they use a Plymouth. Is it a Plymouth Duster? There's like the poverty spec version. It looks a little bit like a Charger, but it's like really cheapo and nasty. Is what they tend to use. I think it's a Plymouth Duster, but I can't be absolutely.
That's like the opposite of Rockford Files, where the down on his luck private investigator Rockford has a cheap car, but it's not a cheap car. It's the low budget poverty version of this major, really luxury car. But it's got the engine of the luxury sports version.
Yeah, it's a poverty spec car, but with the engine and drivetrain and suspension mods of the top of the range. And the reason for that was so that it could actually do all the stunt work, because the poverty spec version really couldn't have been thrown away like that. Right. Dave, Swindon Junction, good evening to you. Gordon Hanning as well. Warbler Productions, yeah. Yeah, I hadn't seen you comment before. I wasn't sure if you were in, but great to see you. There's no trains running tonight because our power supply has popped, unfortunately. Tim's Model Railways and different videos says there's behind the scenes of Doctor Who and the Cybermen says I am free as a bed. Oh, it's time for the videos actually, Zoe. Are we ready for the videos?
Yeah. Talking of behind the scenes stuff.
Yes, Ian Coulson, I'm on the case. Cupboard Monkey, videos!
There's a brilliant behind the scenes clip that gets put around a lot on the internet now from The Empire Strikes Back. And it's the stunt double for Darth Vader, stood on the top of the stairs going up to the carbonite chamber where he's going to try and get Luke Skywalker in. And the stuntman is dancing in the Darth Vader outfit. It's actually surprisingly good for a 40-odd-year-old cyborg who's broken.
Yeah.
Google, stop trying to get me to put adverts in. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Right, so we're just queuing up your videos. So
it's going to be slow going, guys, because
unfortunately the Cupboard Monkey is not well. A
If
bit
I move
like our
to-
power supply.
If I move too fast, the entire run kind of wobbles.
Right. Ben Tullett says, I know in the Fast and Furious films now that they tend to actually build full-size replicas of cars. A bit like the full-size replica of the steam loco in the latest Mission Impossible movie. Yes, and I think that's one of the reasons they're quite happy for that to be leaked, is because they were sick and tired of people going, oh my god, what are you doing with the real locomotive? How dare you do that? It's like, no, it was a movie prop. But yeah, a lot of stunt cars, they're actually, they're made a little bit like how a NASCAR is made, in that you've got like a tubular space frame. You basically build your own car and put usually a fiberglass body over the top. Right. Stevie Film says, an amazing sight was to see 6 Aston Martins and 6 Jaguars lined up in the Die Another Day special effects workshop in pieces where they were having modifications to suit the action. Many refitted with 4-wheel drive. Yeah, and funnily enough, actually, at one of the studios I go to in Wales, they have a lot of vehicles just dumped on the back lot. And I've never yet plucked up the courage to get a photo of any of them because it's a bit frowned on to get photos there. But I'm trying to work out what they were actually used in. So one of these days I'll try and figure out. Maybe I should just ask somebody. I might say, oh, why do you want it? There's the thing with caterpillar tracks on it. Looks like one of those Baja bugs, you know, the beach buggies, but it's got caterpillar tracks on, and I'm not sure what film or TV series it was actually used in. Right, so we are.
What we've got here is from. Oh my goodness, Charlie McGowan at Particle Station. He says.
It says, I have attached part 2 of a new video on how to make realistic scale trees, and I take a different approach using different materials. Still using the same old dead flowers, but hopefully I have brought this one back to life. So we're going to put this up, and really looking forward to this actually. There's at the Bolton Model Railway Club, there's an N-gauge layout that have used flowers to great effect. Have you sound? Have you done
The sound is off.
Right, okay. So these, they're really good. Because obviously they immediately look like trees. Now, one of the things I'd say about these, I don't know whether he's treated them with something, but what you've got to watch out for is them going dry and brittle. Now, all right. Flyman Chairman 1 says, I was just reading the magazine with the article on the buried locos, some used in films, a 4MT standard tank and such. My understanding was that the ones used in films, the ones that were wrecked, like deliberately run off the tracks, were just scrapped afterwards. They wouldn't have just been buried, because you'd have had to have dug a big hole. So this is with, is this spray paint? Yeah, it looks like spray paint. And one of the things, I've actually found this with the seagrass trees, that a good spray over with a textured matte paint, brown paint, really does improve them, but it also increases their longevity. DJ K666 says, how about using bonsai trees on a garden layout? Funny you should say that, because when we went and saw Trevor Jones's garden layout, he's done just that, and actually
they
really
amazing.
effective.
So
they're not cheap, mind.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
and they do take a bit of time to settle in as well.
Valleys 56XX says the Torchwood Range Rover was a rust bucket. I can well imagine, actually, it would have just been ooh, that's turned out nice.
Wow.
A lot of these things are. But Ham Shackleton says, Baja buggy on tracks, Ice Station Zebra? I don't know, to be honest. It's a fairly new studio. They've not long since been open, but this thing looks like it's been dumped outside for decades. Jennifer Garrett says, I recall reading one of the Black Fives used in the 15 Guinea Special in 1968 was destroyed afterwards for a film, The Virgin Soldiers, the only one of the quartet that didn't survive. All right. Yeah, and Flammer Chen says, yes, that's the overall conclusion of the article. They've been cut up on site.
That is a really, really good way to set the camera up. So
what's he done with the camera?
So he can talk direct to the camera, but you still see everything.
How does he set it up then to get that?
Well, the camera's just behind what he's talking with. But you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a great idea. So he's still on camera, but
we need to try
everything that he's doing is there.
Because I've struggled with my rostrum camera.
Yeah, I bet you have.
So I think actually we should experiment with this. So I've got a film for What's Neat this week. I've got to do another video for them. And 200th show, by the way, coming up. So I think a happy birthday. But certainly congratulations to Sir Ken of Patterson and everybody at What's Neat this week. Because 200 shows, that's actually quite a lot.
That is amazing. Congratulations.
The Warbler production says Ice Station Zebra used skidoos adapted for snow use rather than beach buggies. Yeah, the one I've seen, it looks like a Baja buggy, but with caterpillar tracks. Really intrigued what it's been used for. Ham Shackleton says good bonsai trees are about 300 years old. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to know a fun fact about skidoos?
Yes, Sheldon?
They're supposed to be called ski dog, but there was a spelling mistake.
Oh?
Yeah. There's a spelling mistake in some document that was getting the names printed.
Flymo Chairman 1 says there are a couple that are out there, but they won't dig up as they went down with the driver gravesite and all. I think it's more a case of they're just completely impossible to salvage. There's a couple that fell down mine shafts. I think they may be the ones you're talking about. There's one actually in Lee, but they're estimated to be so far down that honestly there's just no way to get them out. They would have got them out at the time if they could, but they're probably really beaten up from the fall, but also just getting them out would proved impossible. There's another one that fell into a sinkhole on the Furness Railway, and again, they reckon that it will just be so badly rusted and crushed that it's just not worth it. So what's he painting this with? It's like glue or something.
I think it's glue, yeah.
So he's painting the trunks with glue.
Which is an interesting...
Or it might be some kind of like a rubber solution glue to get the bark texture. So
I think this is definitely one that we're going to have to... that you're going to have a look at and see with the
You've posted the link. So there is a link to this. You can watch it with sound. One in Hindley, Jenny, says Philip Page. I think that might be the one, actually. Fly Machoman says, yeah, that's one. A sinkhole on the other one. The one that
interesting effect he's got, though, at the end.
Yeah, it's an interesting way of doing it. And there's certainly... they look good as a tree without any additional foliage, but you can always try sprinkling very finely ground. I get the rip taken out of me by Ken on when I say scatter. But no, ground foam. Now just check that we are getting that camera. So I should probably bring.
Yeah, we are.
Right, that's fine.
Don't make me worry like that. What are you doing?
We had a lot of trouble with cameras, so. Let's have a live chat. So, James Pat says these trees remind me of broccoli. They do a little bit, actually. Yeah.
I wonder if no broccoli wouldn't work as although some thick.
Yeah, right.
Maybe, you know.
Anyway, DJK666 says time for me to call it a night. Many thanks for the chat and see you soon. No wonder. No bother. And you take care and hopefully see you next time. Ben Tullett says, I wonder if it's a Mad Max prop from the new film coming out. There's a new film? What, after Fury Road?
Max, yeah.
That's an interesting
I did love that, the Honest Trailers version, though. In an era of wall-to-wall CGI, a masterpiece of handcrafted death and destruction is brought to you by the director of Happy Feet and Babe Pig in the City.
Yeah. Funnily enough, one of the sound guys on Biggest Little Railway went on to work on Fury Road. I saw some pictures on his Facebook of him at work on the set.
You want to think of something even more weird?
What?
The main male actor from the student film that I was in at university is in Batman Begins. And he fought Batman.
And failed.
Well, everyone fails when you fight Batman.
Ian Parker says, I made trees from burnt out wire 40 years ago. 18-inch tall, still need to prime and finish them. Oh, ain't that a thing? Right, Ham Shackleton says, those trees look like the weed called cow parsley.
Maybe. So what we got now is Philip Page. He says, a video of the summer diesel gala at the East Lancs Railway.
Oh, looking forward to this.
This will be fun. Here we go.
Okay, so East Lancs Railway Diesel Gala, and that was at the weekend. So what you're seeing there is, well, that's a Class 3 shunter.
Oh, we got in it.
Oh, nice. And there's the Class 28 behind it. You just see the Class 28. Oh, that's actually running. And there's the D5705, the Class 28. Beep, beep. That looks like a Class 105? Or is it a 104?
That's something.
Yeah.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. I'm a sheep, say beep. And that is a Craven's. Is that the 104? The guy in the sling with the door wide open as it's going past. I didn't think you're supposed to stand there when it was running.
Yeah.
And yeah, the first one was a Class 50. This is that a 33? I'm going to say Class 33. I think it is, you know. So lovely locomotives. There we are, 33109. Nice to see Captain Bill Smith, R&R. And I do love the blood and custard coaches, I have to say. They're really great colour.
That's an
Ruben
interesting
Ashwell
livery
says
there.
that is Rail Freight Grey, I think.
It's a very interesting livery with the red and the orange on it.
Yeah. Funny as that, I think that's the Break Van Special. That's the livery that the Class 17's coming out in from
Right.
Hellion. So that appears to be on a freight photo charter. Oh, a van wide. I love a good van wide. 2 van wides. I love 2 van wides. Van fit. Another van fit, but with plywood doors. Oh, an iron ore tippler. 16-ton mineral wagon. It's weird, isn't it? All of these I recognise from. It's like a train of Bachman stuff. And there's a Gov. And there's the CCT. It's the Bachman train with the Hornby brake van. And then another. All right, so there's 3 brake vans on that. Nice. James Petts, absolutely, a lot of wagons.
Whoa.
There's one of the Class 42 warships. It's like, you can almost smell that diesel and oil mix. Right. Yeah, James Petts, there's much to be said for a van wide of an afternoon. Now, of course, and the latest releases coming through from Bachman, there are the final 2 of the announced van wides coming through. Valley's 56XX says 2 van wides would cost you 80 quid. Actually, not quite that much. I've just bought mine from TMC, and I think I paid £33 each. Not the cheapest. But certainly a little bit less than your 80 quid. Now, this is a Class 50 chugging in, coming off what used to be the main line, but it now just goes to Buckley Wells Works. There is a connection through to the Metro link, but it's only used during engineering for gaining access to the Metro link for engineering work. So, large logo, blue, 50015 Valiant. Do love a good Class 50. James Petts does as well. So this is really good, actually. And again, this is probably a video that would really, really benefit for you watching it with the sound on.
Yes.
But we can't really do that. But that is quite. It's a lot of blue smoke on these. I think they've got a bit of blow by on the rings. And here comes the 26. Oh no, that's it. Oh, there's the 26 with the special. Ooh. But yeah, that is. Apart from that, the Stania brake van, you can get a decent one from Hornby. But all of these others, I think that's the Bachman one. That is definitely a Bachman one. Bachman. Hornby actually do a really good one of those. Bachman do one of them. They do that one version as well. They just released these. Those actually, no. 3 plank opens. Yeah, Bachman do them. Is that a clay hood? Not sure. Another 3 plank open. And then a Queen Mary. That's definitely in the Bachman stable.
Ooh, what are you like? Not only do you know what they are, you also know who sells them.
Well, yeah, duh, it's very obvious, if you know. James Pett says, I'm fairly sure that I saw Valiant when it was in BR service. Ben Tullett says, I wish the DMU group at the Sun Valley Railway could obtain more funds to get their DMU running, as it is currently a static display object at Bewdley. Oh, no. James Hardy, yeah, the other way goes, where that train's coming from, that's the route to Haywood. But that was actually the cord originally, which went down to the other Bury station, which was on what was the main line between Bolton and Haywood. There's a Bachman Parrot wagon. You just saw a glimpse of it in green. I've never seen them in green before. Just before the train went by. Lovely Mark 1s. Variety of different liveries. Now, this looks a bit modern. Is this a 68? Or is it a 69 dudes? Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase says, didn't think Bachman did a brake van with people in them. No, but you could put people. Actually, it might be quite a good look. A brake van special.
Can I just say, you could put model people in them. Don't put real people in your models. They're too heavy. What is that?
I think, is it a 68? Yeah, 68.
That's an interesting design
Well,
on
it's
the front.
pretty new. Yeah. Stevie Film says saw every Class 50 in service. Ooh. And Peter Jackson Cheadle here says, note the warship has regained its original name. Did not know that. Didn't know it had a different name. I thought that was that not it's not Onslaught, was it something else? Oh, that's the old man. That's the Manchester Ship Canal, Hudswell Clark. One of a pair. The other one was until recently at a garden centre.
Why?
Stripped for bits. It wasn't working. Basically, it got stripped for bits to make that work. Vaguely remember that working at the Ship Canal system.
Why was there a locomotive at a garden centre? What were you doing? Pulling the
It was
cacti for a walk?
it was in storage there.
I'm just going to take the plants for a ride.
So the 68, is that a 68? Is that something else? What's this?
Oh my goodness.
See, I'm not up on the modern stuff. Leslie Gilpin Railway says TPE haven't much use for their 68s. They keep cancelling their trains. So that's a 60. 60 over. I knew it wasn't a 68. Oh, that does look sharp, doesn't it? Freshly repainted. DC Rail.
Interesting livery.
DC Rail Freight.
So
look.
It's not chipped.
Look, there's sound boom on the side. They're recording the sound. Who's recording the sound file from a Class 60? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, are Hornby going to do a Class 60 sound? Who's doing the upgraded Class 60? Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase. Steady on, son. I love a good tug. And it's a nickname for a Class 60, honest. It is, actually. Pair of Class 20s. I do love a good Class 20 as well. A chopper. Flymer Chairman one says, it's the British Leyland Lights that give it away. Yeah, the Class 60. Yeah,
that was
lovely
brilliant.
diesels.
Thank you so much for sending that in.
John JMC says, who's recording that then? I don't know. I don't know whether it's for...
Yeah, did we just see something we perhaps weren't supposed to
No,
notice?
they wouldn't do that at a public event.
Unless they wanted people to know.
Yeah. Alfonso Lapulse says, like the knockoff Deutsche Bahn logo. Joshua W56, big hello to you. Oh, they're a bit late.
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You're welcome.
Oh, yes. Right. Ooh, I see. Is this Thomas the Tank Engine?
Well,
but
this is Tim's model railway in different videos.
the Skarloey Railway coaches. I think I recognise these.
This is going to be a short one, so get ready, Jen.
Tail Lamp says, no need for another... Oh, hold on. No need for another 60. The Hornby one is fine with some proper modelling. Yeah,
Beep, beep.
one of their better models. But, of course, we've also got the announcement of all of the Thomas the Tank Engine narrow gauge stuff coming through. I do love the coaches, actually.
What is that little orange one? That's an interesting shape.
That's Rheneas.
It's a very interesting shape.
It's based on is it Dolgoch from the Talyllyn Railway. So actually, you remove the face and respray it green. You've got Dolgoch.
Everyone's saying it's being recorded for Train Simulator.
Right, lovely.
Interesting.
I do like those coaches. I'm actually quite tempted to get a set of those coaches just because I really love
Who's that one with the big pink face in the background?
Oh, it's one of the Underground Eric ones.
That is
or
weird
Underground,
looking.
no, Underground Ernie.
That is
Underground
so
Eric is a YouTuber. But yeah, they do look really good. I just wish that they would put out Talyllyn and Dolgoch. But I believe that the...
Thank you very much for sending that in.
I believe that the license agreement that they've got prohibits them from doing that, which is quite a shame. Right. So actually, it's a train sim guy, says John JMC as well. Yeah, so it's for train sim. Does that mean if you when it went past on the platform, you go, oi, that's going to be on train sim?
Oh,
let's edit you out. Right, what have we got?
This isn't a video. This is something that was supposed to go out in the news, but I didn't realise it.
Right. So we do have news from Enwins 3D. Says, would appreciate a mention tonight if possible. We have a big sale on some selected 3D printed, fully built and DVDs on the Enwin Models website for July. Our costs are going up. Our costs are going up for everybody, unfortunately. So we've got a link for you, Enwins 3D, and the savings are when you click the links. It says, plus all sales over £10 until the end of August, including Rapido pre-orders. Enwins 3D are, of course, Rapido stockists as well. Come with a free 40-minute DVD delivered when items are posted from them. So there we go. And we do have, there is a video here showing, it's only a short video. Hopefully it will show the product. So we're going to bring this up. So this is Enwins 3D. So yeah, James Hardy, Underground Eric. Very bold street it is, I think. Yeah. Good night to Crossways Point Junction Model Railway. It's been great having you. You take care and see you later. And David Scott as well. Time to go, folks. Back at the ranch next week. Good.
Yeah, that is Bury, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we put the volume up on purpose.
Yeah. I put it at half volume, so it will be okay.
Now you know how much of a delay, because you just heard. So this is an advert for little snippets from the videos that Enwins 3D are doing. So if you spend £10 or more, then I believe that is the
Cool.
the video. So thank you very much for that. Have you put the link in?
I have. So
Joshua W56 says, Underground Ernie is such an underrated show. Yeah, I never really saw it, but James Pett says, I approve of London Underground themed models. Valley's 56XX says, might have to get an Enwins 1101. I do love a GWR absorbed shunter. Absolutely. Crossways Point Junction Model Railway, good night to you. You take care. And we'll see you next week. We've only got a few more minutes to go.
We've only got one more video.
Yeah, let's
go. Dave Baker, thank you. Jenny expressed an interest in the Big Boy locomotive, so here's a link to Ripper Rossi's Big Boy Hattons.
I do love
Thank you very much. And I will mark that so that we can have a look at it later.
Oh, is that for me? It's not for sharing on the stream?
No, that's a link that he sent for you to have a look at.
Special link. All right, no worries. Right, so this last one, Cheshire Line's helices, and I do approve of the correct plural of helix. So always off to a good start. So it says, hi Zoe. What about me? It says, as ever, thank you both for all your hard work in putting the Monday Club together. You're absolutely welcome. This is a video requested by the Filed Flyer who wanted to see the helices on the layout. It's 11 minutes long, so feel free to skip to 1 minute, which is where the trains start, and play for 4 minutes when the trains go over the viaduct. Oh, yes, I do love this layout.
Okay, let's have a look.
So,
I accidentally just typed Chris and then pressed enter instead of putting the full thing in. This is from Cheshire Lines.
Fast forward to 1 minute.
Yes, I will.
So I love this.
That is a lovely layout.
Absolutely. Well, they showed us. They shared a video of this with us when they had almost no subscribers.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying this is your opportunity to get in at the ground floor.
Absolutely.
Right.
Just look at what he's done. I mean, look at that. That is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, good use of the Bachmann Scenekraft warehouse there with the track going in. I love these bridges. I have to say, these bridges are incredible.
Yeah.
The sort of the Isambard Kingdom Brunel tubular bridges, not tubular bells, mind, but tubular bridges. And look at this, you can just watch trains running. And I like the 2 different levels as well.
Yes.
Entering the first tunnel, which leads to the helix.
This is going to be interesting.
Nice long train.
And it's going at prototypical speeds as well, isn't it? It's not zooming it around.
Sarah Davis says, "Am I late?"
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is she early. She arrives precisely when she means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Out of the... oh, it's double track as well.
Wow.
And it's I mean, this railway gets better and better. I like the access hole in the middle so you can go underneath and pop up to check on stuff. That is obviously, you've got to think about access with a lot of these.
Because you know for a fact that something is going to go wrong.
Yeah, I like as well that their wiring looks a lot like my wiring. It's nice to know that I'm not alone. It's quite steep, that. How well? I wonder how well the trains actually manage going up that. Although I don't know whether they would go up that, or is that the downward spiral? And 9 Inch Nails album, 9 Inch Nails reference. So good night, Krista Duke, and thanks for joining us. Good night, Philip Page, as well.
I just remembered a joke that came up on the internet the other day. If you reverse a Rick Astley song's lyrics, you get 9 Inch Nails. I'll give you up. I'll let you down. I'll make you run around. I'll desert you.
Oh, this is a nice fiddle yard.
Wow.
So this is the bit of the layout that we've not seen before, and
this is a much better fiddle yard than you did.
Yeah, because you actually see what's going on. And
yeah.
Oh, and there's the other helix. Ooh. Exiting the fiddle
Double
yard.
helix all the way.
Yeah. I'm jealous because I just wish I had this kind of space. This is really... Oh, and there's the control panel.
Wow.
A little camera there so they can see what's going on.
Exactly what I said you needed for yours.
Yeah, but I have about... I only have about 5 inches headroom.
Yeah, but you don't need a brilliant quality camera. You just need one that can show you what's going on. They are climbing on the inner radius.
Right.
Oh, I see. So you can have it going both ways. You could have one coming down and one going up.
Yeah, that doesn't look as steep. It could be just an optical illusion.
I think it's just the angle that it's at.
But these helices are really good,
They're so
I have
well
to
done.
say. Yeah, and running so flawlessly. And it gives you a lot of headroom as well. And that's what I'm missing. I should have had helices.
The thing is, if you built this layout taller, how would
It would be smaller.
Yeah, you wouldn't have got it in.
What I would have to do is forego all of the storage space and actually have the lower level down on the floor.
Yeah.
And
to be honest with you, you just can't do that.
Ooh, I like your
so
MPD. Right.
That is so well done.
I like that. So basically, the 2 tracks come out in different locations. Nice. Oh, this layout gets better and better. I love this. I really love this layout, and it just got better. I love the stone viaducts. Really love it. And look, you've got the bigger arches for presumably where there's space for boats to go through. Oh, I wonder what he's going to put in the foreground there. Right.
There you go.
Right. Yes. Right. I'm with you. Right. So you can basically. Right, I'm with you. So the 2 helices.
So they've got different ways to get in and out. That is amazing.
And then there's a junction at the bottom. I'm loving this. This is actually... It's quite therapy. Oh, look. Oh, no, it's hidden the wires. Look, you can just see there. Oh, I wonder if he knows that it's... He probably does now.
He does now, yeah.
Yeah. That's what you got to watch for, because that can sometimes snag on a wagon.
Yeah, so all you even needs to do is get one
Ask
of those,
me how I know.
all he really needs to do is get one of those cable ties and stick it back up.
But it's just magic to watch, isn't
So
it?
I'm going to fast forward a bit. It's a long video and we are over time. I just want to see where this comes back out. So we're going back in.
So this is now, again, through probably the same track on the fiddle yard.
Coming through the fiddle yard
I
again.
like the way that the fiddle yard is got... they're all loops. They're not dead end. I've got loads of dead end sidings and it's a pain in the bottom.
Because what you've done is you've got storage, whereas this is a pass-through as well.
So you can basically just hot swap between complete trains.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So this
now
is
it's on
now...
the outer track.
I need to know. I need closure. I need to know where this one comes out.
Yeah.
But he's also got the means, it would seem, to run trains all the way round on the bottom as well.
Why not?
Which is like, I'd be tempted to have an underground station. So in there, so he can just monitor what's going on. Really good idea.
Better to climb on the outside radius so the grade is shallower.
Yeah, because you don't have as much drag. But it seems to work quite well.
Here we go.
I really want helices.
Well, you can't fit one in here. You'll have to have... We'll have to revamp another room.
No.
I've got it.
I'm trying to
do
work
half and half on the back bedroom. If I can have my sofa bed with a gaming area, then you can have the rest of the room.
No. It's all right. I'm already working it out. I can do a helix underneath here. It makes the helix look nice and small, but actually they are quite large.
They're enormous.
Yeah, because I know Les has just bought some.
Here we go.
I need to know where this emerges. Oh, it's through the warehouse.
Oh!
Yay!
That is cool.
Oh, this. Oh, look! It's got the lion as well. That like it's on the Menai Bridge, the tubular bridge at Menai.
Very nice.
Oh, it is mesmerizing. But I'm aware that we are over time.
That was one. Thank you so much for sending that in.
Oh wow, that is brilliant. And also, I'm gonna just need to.
I'm gonna put the link for this one back in again because that.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to do some thank yous as well because some people sent money on PayPal.me, so I do want to.
Yes, didn't they send it last time as well?
They did send it last time, just after the.
Thank you, Chris, for sending that in. That was amazing. Oh, we've lost the camera again.
Get lost.
We have lost.
Try that one. So we've basically lost all bar one. Right, so I'd just like to say a big thank you to a couple of people. So
It's okay. Take your time.
a big thank you to Adam Copeland, aka Flymo Chairman 1. I do want to give you a big thank you because your support is amazing, and of course it does mean that we can keep making the videos that you guys want to see. And also Derek Pensome, who very generously also sent some money on the PayPal.me. So a big thank you to them as well. And I just feel it's important to acknowledge and thank these people because we do feel quite humbled. And thank you so much for your continuing support.
Yeah, thank you so much. It really does help keep the lights on with some of this stuff.
Absolutely. But look, anyway, we are overrunning by a bit, but I think you'll agree that was well worth it. If you're wondering, again, why there's no trains running, it's because we have serious technical issue that the power's gone pop. But until next time, you guys take great care of yourself. Take care. Happy modelling, and bye for now. And unfortunately, we can't do trains running at the end because they just aren't. But look,
the trains not departing are due to a power failure at Weir Yard. We apologise, but have put on a replacement bus service from our good friends
Billy's Replacement Bus Service.
Thank you for understanding.
And also don't forget that the Billy's replacement speakers, aka the William Loud and Sons PAL brick, is still available to order with confidence through Rails of Sheffield. And you'll find the link in the description box down below. But until next time, you guys take great care of yourself. Bye for now.
If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. 'Cause every train there ever was is parked up and can't move.
Because today's the day the power system went pop.
On the Monday Club. Goodbye.
Bye bye. Good night. This is the bit where she fumbles for the button, and I'm like,
Bye bye.
bye bye.
Oh, well, yeah, boo. Yeah. Bye bye.
Are you gonna